Buying for yourself or for resale, it's critical to tell the difference. It's amazingly easy to get ripped off unless you know what to look for. The best ones, known as super fakes, can cost north of $1,000. They are hard to distinguish from real, except upon close examination.
A few things to look for. Number 1. Cyclops, which is the magnifier over the date. It is tough and expensive to fake.
A real Rolex magnifies the date by 2.5 times. Fakes often magnify 1.5 times or less. The date itself should show up clearly and squarely in the window. It's hard to duplicate as the movements have to be precise and the placement exact. There shouldn't be any background color when checked from an angle. Fakes often have a blue tint. While you are there, take a look at the crystal itself. It's made of anti-glare material and is flat and nearly flush with the bezel. Fakes tend to be fatter and less clear and crisp. There is also a laser engraved crown at 6 o'clock on the crystal. It is a series of dots, not a continuous line. Fakers often skip or do a sloppy job on these.
Number 2. Rehaut, the inner ring around the face.
There is an engraved crown at 12 o'clock. Rolex is repeated around and the serial number is around 6 o'clock. On real ones, each letter lines up perfectly with the minute marker. Fakers are often off a little bit.
Number 3. Rivet and hands.
The rivet on the top needle of the hands will have a perfect finish. It's one of those small details that a fake will miss most of the time. The center pin and stack will also be excellent. A poor repair by a non-certified jeweler can make the rivet and hands look bad even on a real one.
Number 3. Serial numbers.
It's easy to Google the number to see what you come up with. If more than one comes up, it's a big red flag. Just like with fake money, counterfeiters reuse the same number over and over because it's easier.
Number 3. Printing.
Printing or etching on a real Rolex is sharp, crisp, consistent, and about perfect. The font, letter size, shape, thickness, and depth are excellent. Everything is super crisp. Space between letters is also excellent. The better the fake, the better job they will tend to do, but it's an area they fall short. Fakes often have fatter, messier lettering and logo work. A quick look with a loupe or magnifier will show inconsistencies in a fake.
A real-life example.
While running a $1 million plus e-commerce operation based on community donations, we occasionally found Rolex watches in those bags and boxes of miscellaneous items. Every single one turned out to be fake. The best one we ever came across was in a Rolex box, which had the original literature and the original 20-year-old receipt from an authorized Rolex dealer jewelry store in Houston, Texas. It had been worn regularly and was well cared for. It looked great and didn't have any of the first glance telltales of a fake. We checked out the name on the receipt and found he had recently passed away. It was in a donation with other personal and household goods. That's consistent with someone cleaning out a house and donating a lot of stuff to a non-profit. Everything seemed to check out.
What's left to question?
Then the serial number didn't match up with the style. Under close examination, the face was printed on. The movement was good but not great. It ended up in our safe with the rest of the fake designer watches. Before you ask, we never sold known fakes of any kind. It's illegal and isn't worth the reputation damage. None of the tips listed here individually mean a watch isn't the real deal. They can be disqualifiers. If you feel you do have a real one, it's best to have it checked out by someone specifically expert on Rolex watches. There is no such thing as an authorized reproduction or cloned Rolex.
Today's quote.
Whatever you are, be a good one. Abraham Lincoln.